Right, good evening to anybody who may see this stream. I'm just going to be playing in the Lichess Chess960 Arena. This is a warm-up event before the main titled arena, so anybody can play in this warm-up event. I just need to quickly check that my stream has started, which it has. We have about a minute and a half to go to the start. And this is Chess960, and it's 3 minutes plus 2 second per move time control. So in effect you've got to think of it more like a 5-minute game than a 3-minute game, so don't need to play quite as fast. Very tough field though, very tough field. 354 so far in it. I'm down at 115, where am I? 117th now at the start, but lots and lots of title players, lots of players far higher rating than what I am in this. So this could be a very, very tough tournament. Do well to win any games. Right, we have 30 seconds to go to the start.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Right, the king's there. I think I'm going to start with e4. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but we just need to move this bishop, and I think we can castle. Once the bishop has moved somewhere, I think we have space, we can just simply castle. Right, so let's go forward with another pawn. Okay, knight up. So I think I'm going to play pawn up to release the queen, protect the pawn. Now he's going to look at playing bishop up, so it might be sensible to do the same for myself. Gives me the option to go forward, hit the knight, but for now I'm just going to play bishop up, so I've got the option to castle. Right, so I think just castle. If he takes the bishop, obviously I'll take back. Okay, so maybe rook across. I don't think he'll take there. No, so pawn up, look to trade the bishops off. So I'm going to, actually it might be better taking with this knight. Then I can put the other knight here. Right, now I'm going to try and reposition this knight and get the pawn forward. Right, so let's close that. Ooh, now that is tempting to take, or do I leave it? That's tempting to take, but no, if I take it opens the f-file up, I don't think I can risk that. So I'm going to move a knight out wide. Get the queen up. Right, so he does come forward, so I've got to take that, I think. And obviously move a knight so I don't get forked. So I think I'll drop this knight here. This knight has got escape squares. And I've got to remember it's 3 minutes plus 2 seconds, so there's no need to play too ridiculously fast. But I'm wondering whether to play b4 there. I'm just going to play a3 and maybe line up b4. If he takes, I'll take back with a pawn. He doesn't. Okay, this time I'm going to take. And I'm going to put a rook forward. Maybe try and double the rooks up. very tough position. It's pretty much a normal regular chess position, mind. So he's tempting me to grab a pawn. After takes, I imagine queen up, and my rook could be a bit embarrassed there, but I've maybe got queen up. So can I get away with it? Queen up, and he's maybe got queen down. I'm going to risk it. Ah, so he just looks to trade the rook. Okay, I think I probably have to do that. I could actually go here and pin the bishop, but I don't think I really get anything there. So let's push the pawn. Okay, so he's looking to kick my knight and then play down here. Oh, can't play there, invites him to come forward. Yeah, dangerous position. I can see the threat. He wants to kick me back and then have the knight down. So I'm going to play king across so the rook can come over. Get the rook over straight away. And now I'm well down on time. He's playing very well, to be fair. Now that pawn is pinned. This isn't easy. I'm going to drop the knight back. Extra protection for the pawn. If this pawn... Ooh, so he's offering... Just give me a second. I think I need to hit the queen. Now, can I sack? Takes, takes, takes. Don't think it works. So I'm going to offer a queen trade, but I'm so short of time now. So short of time now. Yeah, I think I've got to play forward there, but he can just take here, I think. He might be able to get away with that, can he? Knight down. Ooh, so he's looking at some sort of way to break through. Hold on. Isn't that a fork? I'm going to try and get some checks in if I can. Oh, hi there, Hemit. How are you? I hope you're well. Right, so he's looking at putting in a knight check, which is obviously checkmate, so I've got to step over, give the king a square. Very tough position to play this at the start. And clearly I'm miles behind on the clock, so I might get flagged this game, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Obviously I've got a dangerous pawn. I'm an exchange up, but down on the clock. But he was threatening checkmate there. My king's now got an escape square. Okay, push the pawn. Ooh, I want to keep the knight. Let's take that one. Excellent. That's an excellent start. I was certainly behind for a good bit of that game. It's very tough, chess 960, very tough. Well, let's go back and look for the next game. Very, very strong tournament as well, extremely strong tournament. So it's going to be an achievement winning any games in this. Right, this is the king's side. The king's here. I need to move the queen and I can castle. Not easy to do though, not easy to do. Let's move a pawn and then maybe put a knight up. Right, I'm going to challenge that bishop. Right, now I can actually castle, so I think I'll get that done and out of the way early. Very tough to assess. Oh, well, now I can hit the bishop and potentially the pawn. It's easy to miss that the pawn is checkmate. Checkmate, he missed it. Wow, that is amazing. It is so ridiculously easy to miss tactics in Chess 960. That will happen to me in some games here. It is so easy to do. It is so easy to miss things. Right, so we're just waiting for somebody else to become free. But I think I've counted at least 6 Grandmasters in this event, and there's a lot of other title players in. Lots of them. A very, very strong field. Are you playing in this event yourself, Hemit, or are you just watching some people play? Ah, there, FIDE Master. Oh, he's going into Berserk mode, which actually isn't too bad a thing to do if you can play at a decent pace, because you've got the increments. I don't really believe in Berserk mode myself, I would never do it myself, but... Okay, so he's offering to open the position right up immediately. I think I'm going to advance the pawn and maybe try and go behind it. Okay, so he advances, so... Okay, so I'm going to bring the knight up and just castle queenside this game. Whoa, so he's really wanting to open the position. I think I'm just going to get castled. If he takes, I'll take with the knight. He doesn't. I think I need pawn up and then pawn up. Right, so he's wanting to tempt me. So if I take a pawn, he can take here. No, I think I'm going to go for that gamble. Oh, have I missed something? I might have missed something there. Queen comes up. I might have missed something there. Pawn takes, queen takes. Might not be possible to survive this. Knight back doesn't work. No, I think this game is over already. I don't think I can survive this. So easy to do though, it really is so easy to do. But knight down, you can just take the pawn. And it's hard to actually find an escape. Very hard. I don't think there is one. I think I've got to play pawn up. So let's take a knight, get rid of a bishop. So get the queen up. I mean, he is a FIDE master, so obviously he's a stronger player than I am anyway. Right, so challenge the pawn, but clearly I'm a piece down now, so tough game. Ooh, I think I've really got a trade there. Let's just bring the bishop up to a better square, but because I'm in an arena, I might actually be better off just giving up on this game, getting on with another one. But I'm not really here to play to win the event, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. Right, I'm going to take a risk and trade the rooks off. So hit the bishop. Okay, that's a nice move. I think I've got to take, and then the bishop will just have to drop back, so my only hope is to obviously advance. Yes, sensible move. I think I'm just going to give him that one. Well done. Get on with another game. I just missed that queen move in the early part of the game there, but these things happen. Wow, 17 players already. 17 points already. 1, 2, 3, 5 wins. Another FIDE master. I don't think it's the same one, but he's gone berserk as well. I don't think it's the same FIDE master. I might be wrong with that. What do we play? Let's just go up 1 and maybe 1. I want to try and release the bishops early if I can. Okay, so pawn up, try and get the queen into play. I think I'll challenge that knight. Don't have to take it, but I can. Let's take the knight and then play a pawn forward. Get the bishop up. Now I could potentially castle queenside, even though it looks very dubious. I think I'll just develop the knights. Okay, so I don't really want the bishop back there because I want the queen to come out. Where else can it go? Let's keep the bishop in the middle. Right, queen up and down. Alright, hit the bishop. Right, knight over, so I've got an option to castle either side. This is a problem potentially coming. Right now it's covered by the knight, but that could be a big problem coming my way. Right, I'm actually gonna, which side do you go? I'm gonna castle queen side, it looks really odd. Can I take there? No, I can't. Let's get the king over. Oh, he's castled. Okay, I'll take there. Can I get away with pushing this pawn? I don't know. Okay, I'll push it again. Right, let's push this knight up. I'm looking to come in over if I can. So hit the bishop, maybe jump in here. Okay, so I could still take the bishop. So knight out wide, rook takes, there is no knight check. So take the bishop first. What do I do? Let's take the knight. Rook up. I'll grab the pawn while I can. Right, that's a nice move. I missed that. Throw in a check. Right, let's go forward. Yeah, this is just collapsing now, isn't it? Very tough. Oh, that just loses. I missed the rook check, forced me back. Well done. I might be wrong there, but when he went into berserk mode, I don't think he had the increment. I wonder if you go berserk if you lose the 2-second increment. I didn't notice him getting 2 seconds every move. So that'll be interesting, so I'd be quite happy for anybody else to do that berserk mode then. I'll have to watch the clock carefully next time somebody does that. So I had the feeling he wasn't getting increment there, so I should have maybe just played a more solid game and let him run his clock down a bit more. Now the kings, you can actually castle immediately there. The king and rook are next to each other on the king's side, so you don't have to move anything to castle. But I have to move one of the pawns to get the queen into play. I just protect the pawn. I think I'm going to actually move this pawn. Right, knight up. It's a relatively normal chess position, this already. Let's just get the queen up. Right, get castled. Oh, he's gone queenside, okay. This could get interesting then. Right, bishop up. If you take the pawn, obviously you're going to get trapped. It's whether you want to sack a piece for 2 pawns. So I'm going to drop the knight back. This pawn is still pushable. Now I can obviously push back or I can take. Take, knight takes, takes, bishop or rook takes. I'm going to actually risk this and take. Whatever he takes with, I'll just take it. It's risky, but I'm going to risk it. So hit the bishop, give this bishop an option to drop back over. And now I'm going to try and get forward and break open his king's side. Okay. I think king up and rook across look playable. Maybe just run the king back into the middle of the board. Okay, so we can trade the bishop. I don't need to play over yet, I could just put a rook there. Well, let's push forward in the middle. If he Ooh, it's a good job I didn't pre-move there. He could have just taken and won a piece. So rook across. Yeah, just wins it. Good job I didn't pre-move. So rook across. He's playing extremely well, isn't he? Very, very well. I want to try and push this pawn if I can. Very hard to get counterplay, very hard. He's played really, really well here. Ah, that gives me a chance to actually push the pawn. Tempo on the knight. The knight comes forward, I can take it. Don't have to though, I could ignore it. No, I think I will, then I'll take the pawn. Now if he takes back, he grabs the knight, so can I play something like check? I don't think so. So I'll take. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. We have 5 pawns each, so it's even material. But now I'm threatening a simple. Doesn't that just win? Or at least wins. Yeah, that's just game over. He's just missed the threat. He's just missed the checkmate threat. That is so unlucky. So unlucky. He played a fantastic game there. He played a fantastic game. Right, next game's already started. Now this is the king side on the left as I look. The king's here. So to castle I have to move both bishops. So it's probably going to be the queen side this game. Now I can get one bishop here, but I still need to get the other one out, so this move is probably going to come. Yeah, let's bring the knights up. The position kind of plays itself, doesn't it, really, in the opening. So now I've got the option to castle queen side. I'll play the bishop up. I could potentially take the knight and... Okay, no we can't, so I'm just going to castle. Step the king across, unless he takes, of course. So challenge the pawn structure. If he takes, I'll take with the pawn. Okay, so bishop forward. I think I can take there. Mind you, it's going to blow my king open, but I don't think I can do anything about it unless I go for an exchange. I can play a knight forward, allowing him to take a rook, or indeed knight back. I'm going to risk it. Let's risk it. Now, can I take here? I mean, he's maybe got knight down hitting this. Actually, he has, so I think I've got to hit the queen immediately. Oh, I've dropped the rook. I've dropped the rook. Wow. Saw it as soon as I'd made the move. Terrible. Well, that's what I meant about Chess960. Blunders like that happen all the time. So obviously I've got to take there. I'm going to take here if I get a chance to. Oh, he castles. Wow. So I've got to take. I've got to get the bishop into play. Right, so let's hit the rook. Okay, so he's threatening actually checkmate there, so that's rather dangerous. Might not be possible to stop it. I don't think I can stop that. No, that's game over. Well done. Let's get back to the tournament. No point wasting time when you're lost. Wow, 21 points is an amazing start for these players at the top. There, now I want to watch the time here. He's gone berserk, and I want to see, does he still get increments? Because I don't think my last opponent did when he did that. Now, if he's going to go too fast, I might be able to... No, he's not getting increments, is he? He's not getting increments. So I want to watch if I do. I do. I still got my increment. He doesn't. So going berserk, you lose your increment. So he's going to have to play really crazy fast all the way through. How do I want to play this? I can sack a pawn and get the bishop off. Let's just play a pawn up. I'm going to hit the rook with a nuisance move, then drop back. Right, knight up. Right, I will take that one. I think queen up is alright. Might not be, of course. Actually, it might not be. I've got bishop takes, pawn takes. No, I'm going to have to take there. So I've made a complete mess of this as well, haven't I? Wow. I can drop back, but he must have some discovery on the queen here that's going to cause damage. He must have. Obviously, when he moves the knight, the rook hits my queen. So he must have somewhere to win something, surely. Can I get away with this? I don't know. So queen back and maybe queen across. So now I'm threatening that pawn again because he's moved his rook. So grab the pawn and hit the rook. Right, so I can take the knight. I think I'll take the knight. Right, let's play the pawn forward. I can keep the pawn or I can give it up. I think I'm better off sacking the pawn. Can't go there. Right, I've got time to work this out. Let's run a pawn up. Try not to get the queen trapped, of course. Now, I might throw in a check, but I don't know if it does me any good. Don't know if it does me any good, but it gives him something to think about. Right, now his rooks are not connected. Can I do anything? I think I'm going to play a rook there. He might just drop down. But the bishop's nicely protected there, so what can we do? This is still tough to work something out. Can't really go there. Wow. I've got into a bit of a messy position, haven't I? Bit of a mess. Oh, so I can't take there, he's got checkmate. So is there any way I can combat that? Possibly not. So I've got to defend. Let's play a pawn up again. It might be a bad move, but I'm going to risk it. How do I defend this? I'm not sure I do. Not sure I do. Oh, he took with the wrong rook there, didn't he? He took with the wrong rook. And now it's game over. It's got to be game over. Wow, managed to flag him. Managed to flag him. Wow. Yeah, so if you go berserk mode, you lose your increment as well, so it's really not worth doing. Obviously, some of these players are far, far stronger players than I am, so they will get away with it, but that's very risky to do. Very risky. Now, the king's here. This is the king's side on the right. I'm going to just stick to e4. Now, the queen's horning in there. And that pawn is actually not protected, is it? Very easy to miss. So now d4 is playable unless he plays something like this. So let's play it. If he takes, I'll take with a bishop. Okay, so I'll just drop back one. If I get the knight up, I can then castle, albeit the queen's a bit boxed in. So I'm actually going to move queen over and hit this pawn. Maybe even just get the queen up. Oh, so he's allowing me to take the pawn. And I don't see why I shouldn't. So now this pawn's under pressure as well. And if I can move my knight somewhere, I can get castled. Or of course I can just move the bishop and castle on the queen side. Got to move one piece for either side. Oh, hello Alex Hans, how are you? I hope you're having a good day wherever you are in the world. Oh, can I get away with grabbing this pawn? Trouble is, if I take, he gets rook over and he hits this one. So, knight up. I'm going to just play the knight up and try and get castled before I worry about trying to win anything else. The queen's got lots of escape squares, so I don't think the queen's going to get trapped. Ooh, I say that, it might do. No, the queen should be capable of getting out. And I've actually got a threat with knight over and knight in if he allows me time to play it. Because he can't easily castle. He's got to move a pawn and a bishop before he can castle. Right, so now knight over threatens check. It doesn't win, but it gives him something to think about. Actually, it might win. Ooh. So I've got knight check, king up. His knight's hitting my queen. I think I've got to take the pawn. Maybe I should have thrown the check in first. Not sure. Not sure. Tough position. Tough position. Oh, I'm threatening this pawn actually. I didn't see that. That's a fluke there. I didn't even see I was threatening that pawn. I didn't plan that. But this is why I try and castle as early as I can in games, because you can get into all sorts of trouble with your king in the middle. Yeah, he doesn't see what to do, so he gives up there. So back to the tournament. What have I got? 9 points, not bad. Leaders are on 28, so clearly I'm not going to be winning the event. But that doesn't matter at all. A very tough field. Lots and lots and lots of strong players in this. I've counted at least 6 Grandmasters along the route. Now, 2171, that means he's one of the highest rated Chess960 players on here. What do? I think I've got to respond with that and then pawn up and try and release the 2 bishops. Oh, so he challenges it straight away. Okay. So pawn up to release the queen and threaten the pawn. Now I could risk knight up, I just don't think it's worth it. I'm going to play this pawn up first and then this one, I think. Right, so pawn up and try and just get the bishops up. This is the king side, so that's where I want the castle if I can do. So bishop up. Right, so bishop up again. If the knight comes in, I can just take it. I could play knight over. I can actually play pawn up there. Pawn takes, knight takes, might get a bit messy. The problem with this though is he can play knight in, can't he? Yes. He can play knight in. So I might have to sacrifice a piece here. Let's hit the bishop. If he takes, obviously I can take back. Oh, I've missed the fork. Well done. I just missed it. These things happen. I just didn't see it. Get on with the next game. Right, so that's the king side. I'm safe to bring the knight up. I'm not going to move that pawn. I just have to move the queen and I can castle. So protect that pawn. Maybe queen up, maybe bishop up. Right, so I think... Well, he's got a nuisance move here, knight coming down. I'm going to play pawn up to stop the knight going there, and then if the knight comes in, move the knight here. Yeah, let's bring the bishop up, and then maybe the queen. Trouble is it allows him to bring his knight in. Hold on, can I put the queen there? Is that a real nuisance move? He can do the same thing here, can't he? It doesn't threaten anything though. This is not easy. I'm going to bring the knight up, then the queen up. So there is this threat, but I think it only loses a pawn. I think I can castle in time. Might lose this pawn as well, but I don't really care as long as I get castled. Right, knight up, so queen up. If knight in, I'll just take. Then I've got to obviously find a square for this knight. Right, so just get castled. Now I can be a bit more adventurous now I've castled, so I'll take there. So this is an obvious threat coming now, so I'm going to pin that knight. I'm also getting tempted to sack here. Takes, takes, takes. Okay, that kind of stops that idea. At least for now. So let's move the rook across. Oh, he's gone queen side. Okay, I'll just try and challenge that structure immediately. I've maybe got bishop check there. I don't think it works, but can I do anything here? Let's move the knight over. He's got knight in, queen back. The knight covers the bishop as well as the queen. I could throw in a check, but it just really tempts him to come forward. Don't like the look of that. So drop back, and if he doesn't take, I'll drop right back. If he does, I'll probably take with a queen. And as soon as I can, I want to play this move. And I've got to be wary, if this knight moves anywhere, then his queen hits this knight. Very easy to miss that. So he's allowed me to pin that bishop. Okay, so I'll go for that and look to trade off that bishop. So just take it. So again, is there a sack possible? Takes, takes. Or takes. Let's just defend the knight and see if he wants to take it. He does. So I'm looking at ideas like this. Now pawn, actually, he's targeting this, but I'd rather push here, I think. So if I push and he takes, I take. Not easy. I don't like bishop up due to this pawn coming down. And if I go here, I give him a much easier defence, so I'm going to just sack and try and open it up. So take. Now put it in the middle and target the pawn. And if I can do, I'd like to sack the knight here, but I'd like to take back with the queen if I can get it on the right square at some point. Okay, so he hits my rook. Not the right time to be sacking, so I think I have to go back. Now maybe I've got queen up here now. Maybe I've got queen up here now. Takes, takes. Or maybe even queen here. I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to try and just sack to open the position up. Maybe try and get the rook onto this file as well. Right, so he does come forward, so takes, takes, check. I can't resist it, I'm going to go for it. I've no idea if it's any good or not, but I'm going to play it. Now I've maybe got bishop down here as well to try and keep his rook a bit hemmed in. Or I can just grab a pawn. Now I've got to take the pawn and leave his king completely open. Got to. Now I've got threat of rook across and check. Right, he's hitting the bishop. So I can drop back to a protected square, as long as I'm not leaving myself open to being mated. Now I can't go there to hit the rook because of this rook. So if I come here, this is still playable now, but then I can maybe grab this pawn, threaten his rook. Right, so he's gone for it, so does it work? Take, he moves somewhere. If this bishop is lost, at least I'm hitting the rook, but I'm threatening a check there. That's very easy to miss. I don't know if it, again, does anything for me, but it's a threat. It's a threat, alright. Oh, he's just walked into checkmate. That is so unfortunate. He didn't see the threat. That is so unfortunate. Kenny played a fabulous game. Very unlucky. Oh, there's nearly, what, 50 minutes gone already. An hour and 8 minutes left. Yeah, all the title players are working their way up now, so that's 1, 2, 3 GMs. There's at least another 3 in the event that I've seen. There's one. You'd expect all the title players to be right up at the top by the end, of course. Now this is the king side. I just have to move the bishop and I can castle. I'm going to bring knight up because if I move the bishop, otherwise he can come in here. So that knight could be a real nuisance. Ooh, it could be. Knight down hits this pawn. I'm not sure I can defend it. Wow. That means I've got the same threat at the other end. So, I mean, that's actually checkmate. You've got to defend it. My opponent's got exactly the same threat this way, of course. So he does defend it there. So pawn up, pawn up. I'm just going to play this pawn up so his knight can't jump forward. He'll chase my knight back, but I really don't mind that. Okay, so I think pawn up to release the bishop. Can maybe trade it for the knight. The knights are dangerous in chess 960. In some ways I prefer knights to bishops, so I'd be quite happy to trade that. It opens up the F file though, doesn't it? Maybe not so good. Okay, so let's hit the bishop. Hit the bishop again. Right, very, very tough, very tricky. I'm just going to play bishop up and castle, I think. So, knight back again. Get castled. And my knight can always drop back to the bishop square. Oh, is it worth a sack there? Takes, 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 hit the rook. I'm not sure it's worth it. So let's just try and challenge the centre ground. If he takes, we might trade off a few pieces and pawns. Pre-move in case he takes the rook. He doesn't. Hits the pawn, so I think knight up to protect the pawn. This knight can drop back maybe. It's still possible to sack there. That's something I'm going to be looking at. Or we can trade here. Take, take, he hits the knight, it moves and he gets an extra piece. I think attacking here, but you know what, whether it's good or bad I don't know, I'm going to play it. Maybe put the knight forward. I'm assuming he'll take with a pawn, not the rook. Takes with a rook, so we can simplify, so I'll do that. Now if the knight goes forward, is it trapped? If the knight comes back I lose this pawn, so I'm going to go forward, and if up, maybe route like this. Yeah, let's drop back with a view to coming here and maybe pawn up to protect the pawn. Very, very hard to find a win here. Very hard. Right, so let's protect the pawn and then try and bring the knight back. Right, he's hit the knight, so I was going to drop it back there anyway. So he's offering to trade the knight. It's risky. If he takes with a pawn, he drops this, he doesn't. But I can still push the pawn forward. It's playable. I'm going to challenge this pawn. Ooh, have I missed a mate threat? I have. So I've got to go forward. Got to go forward. If he takes, I can block the push for now. Wow, I didn't see that at all. Well done. So I could still take here. He advances. Wow. I think I'll just put bishop there for now. I want to keep the queen active if I can. Yeah, I want the queen on a square where it gives him something to think about. Maybe roll a pawn up the board. I could very easily be busted here, of course, so very easily. Right, I'm going to put the pawn up the board. He can't just reply because I can take. If he looks to trade queens, I might do that. It takes away a big chunk of the risk. I don't really want to though. Even though he's got an extra pawn, they are currently isolated. Okay, so if he comes forward, I think I better drop back. I've maybe got queen across to target this, but he can just go back. Very hard to see how we can create anything here. I'm going to put the rook behind the pawn. Okay, protects it. Now, can I get adventurous and go forward? Bishop down. Again, I have no idea if this is any good or not, but I'm playing it. Just pressure on the pawn. Try and give him something to think about. Oh, so he's grabbed the pawn. I missed that. I think I've got to take. Ah, he just comes straight in here, doesn't he? He wins the rook. Well done. I don't think there's any way I can stop that. Nope, I can't stop that. No, I'll give him that. Well played, you deserve that one. In an arena, better off getting on with the next game. What's that? 1 hour gone, 1 hour to go. All the title players are obviously working their way up. Yep, they're all up there. Right, now the king's here, but this is the king's side on the right. So again, I'll stick to e4. I need to play this pawn up. Okay, that pawn is vulnerable there. Let's go forward and try and bring the knight behind. Ooh, okay, let's go forward again. Okay, now I can throw in a bishop check. I can even play knight up there. Hit this pawn. Bishop check, pawn down, I don't think does me any good. Let's just play bishop up. I can actually castle already. I might do that. Right, let's just get castled. Now we can get adventurous and chuck pawns up the board. Right, so I'll do that to start. I'm going to play the bishop up. Might provoke a weakness here, but it might unleash his queen. It could be double-edged. Okay, queen across onto the bishop diagonal. Now, can I get away with playing the bishop here? Takes, pawn takes. I've no idea if this just loses a pawn or not, but I'm playing it. You know, I'm going to get really adventurous and just go right up the board. So I think that's my idea for the next move. Is it any good? I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to ignore that. Threaten to take, get the queen in. Right, so take. He might grab the knight, but that's a bit dangerous. He doesn't. So get the check in. Right, so knight over. Now, have I got enough to sack there? Take, takes, takes. Takes, not quite yet. G4 is coming if I can. Right, that hits the queen, so really I've got to take back. Right, let's hit the knight. Drops back, so hit the knight again. Right, so knight again. This time I'm actually threatening just check and mate. And if he takes, that's checkmate, so that's not easy to defend. So Well, he has found a defence, hasn't he? Fantastic, well done. Can I go pawn up? Can I play a 4 there? Knight takes, pawn takes, he's defended it. Knight takes, queen takes. Right. Clearly I'm all in or bust, aren't I, this game, so you've got to risk something. And obviously it hasn't worked, not to worry. So we'll take. I don't really want to take there, but I think I have to. Wow, so I think rook across. Okay, pawn up. Right, now I can defend that at least in the short term, but is it worth it? I think I'm going to hit the bishop. So pawn up. No, clearly I'm losing this now, aren't I? I'm 2 pawns down. Let's play up. King up. My only chance is to try a breakthrough, I think. So let's ignore that. Can I get away with pawn up? I don't know. I'm trying to just stop him going rook there. Oh, that's a good move. Yeah, I didn't say that. Just give him that. That just wins it, doesn't it? Well played. Right, we have 53 minutes left. Well, very tough battle at the top, very close. Very close. Now all I need to do is move a knight and I can castle king's side, so prior to that it's just a case of avoiding any damage. But I think I'll just move the knight immediately, just get castled. Let's get it done. Right, pawn up, maybe pawn up. I think something's affecting my eye again, I don't know what it is. I've had this for a few days. Actually, let's hit the knight there. If I take the knight, he can't castle if he has to take with a king. So he might tempt him to come forward here. Doesn't. Not sure where I want the bishop there. He can grab a pawn, rook across, he doesn't go for it. So rook over. I get the feeling he's going to castle queen side. Now that's tempting. Take, take, take. Again, I don't think it quite works. So let's just drop back. So again, he can grab the pawn if he wants it. I'll just step the rook across. 1 or 2. I might actually sack it, you know, why not? Let's try something different. Let's sack the rook. Oh, he doesn't go for it. Okay. So let's go forward. My big problem, of course, is my queen is completely out of the game. So I've got to try and get the queen active. To be fair, it's the same for both of us. Now, will he take the bishop? He does, so I'll take with a pawn. Right, okay, let's go forward. If he advances here, I'm just going to counter advance. So let's try and open this up. Okay, so I can take. Very tough. I think I've got to take that. Right, so now I think I've got to go forward. So, I've given him that pawn, haven't I? Terrible. Terrible. He's got that with a check. King's forced into the corner. So really, I've got to try and get the knight over now. Right, queen over. Does that allow rook across? I think it does. The knight and the rook cover it, so there's no back rank immediate mate. Oh, he brings the bishop in. Okay, didn't expect that. I think this knight up playable. Queen down. Okay, so obviously I've got knight over, bishop takes. That looks bad, I think. Play rook over. If he takes, I'll gladly take to get rid of that bishop. Right, I'm very happy to get rid of that bishop. Now, what can I do? I'm going to put a pawn forward there and try and create a permanent threat in the long run. No idea if I can use it, but that's the logic. So he wants the queen off, and I think I'm forced to get the queen off, aren't I? I've got to do that, so that gets rid of that threat. So knight up to try and come back. Okay. So if I hit the bishop, take. Yeah, I've got to go for it, don't I? That bishop's a real nuisance. I've got to try and dislodge that. Oh, he's played pawn forward, okay. So I can't take because of the advance. If I take, he takes. Wow, this is messy, isn't it? I think I've got to take, but surely he just takes. Have to take. Yeah, it's just checkmating it. Well done. I played very poorly there. But these things happen. Wow, the lead is 40 points. Excellent. Well done. Right, this is the king's side. We just need to move the queen and we can castle. So pawn up to one or the other. Let's get adventurous and hit the rook. You might not have seen I could do that. Right, so let's castle. He can't castle this side now because he's moved the rook. So let's bring the knight up. Queen right back. If knight down, I think I can go up. Now how do I challenge that knight? Maybe pawn forward. Could drop the knight back, but I don't really want to. Knight's a pawn up if takes, takes, knight takes. I'm just going to risk it. If he takes, the knight hangs. If he doesn't, I'm going to try and advance. Try and shut this bishop out. Oh, that's adventurous. Okay. Right, let's kick the knight and try and close that bishop off. Now if that knight moves, my rook hangs there, so I need to do something about that. So I think bishop up to connect the rooks. Right, he's just castled. So I'm going to try and edge the pawns forward, just to release this bishop. Knight up as well. Now I can bring a knight over potentially here. Ooh. Has he misplayed that? Did he expect me to... Did he think I was forced to take with a knight there? Now, knight down. Try and trade off this dangerous knight. Knight check and I can just take. If he takes here, I can take. So keep that protected. Okay, well now I've got knight over to hit the queen and hit the pawn, but it does drop this pawn for a move. So I've got to be aware that this pawn's now not protected. Very easy to mess these positions up, very, very easy. Maybe I want to play f6, stop his pawn advance. Oh, now that does give me a discovery on the queen, so maybe I can go knight over. Bishop's protected, I'm hitting the queen, knight's hitting the bishop, but it can also jump in this way. Oh, now is this more dangerous? Bishop takes, king takes, there is no immediate queen check. There is a queen up though, threatening mate. Let's play queen up and threaten the cheesy mate, just in case he misses it. I don't think he will, he doesn't. So now I'll take that bishop. I'll play f6 just to stop this advance. And now I need to get the bishop up. Right, bishop up. Well, that gives me an initiative there. Rook up and maybe sack the rook for the bishop, just to get rid of a dangerous attacking piece. Threaten this pawn. Very, very hard though, very tough. Okay, so go with that plan. Pressure on the pawn and the bishop. Try and double the rooks up. Maybe bishop out to hit this. Right, so he's played the bishop out the way. So bishop up there now, up there, is easily met like this. Now can I take here? He has to take with a queen, not the pawn. Queen takes, pawn takes, it doesn't do it I don't think. So double the rooks up and look to go up to his back rank. Right, hit the bishop. Now go after his rook. Try and open his king up a bit. Okay, so take doesn't work. Not easy to get my queen active here at all. Let's put the queen here and maybe drop the rook back to target this pawn again. Bring the bishop up potentially. Yeah, so he's going for a back rank mate idea here. I don't blame him. I think I've got to drop the rook back. But now he's got the chance to potentially come forward. Okay. Let's try and target this pawn and see if we can hold his rook down to defending. We can. So now put the bishop in to secure the structure so he can't advance the pawn and get the queen back. Oh, hold on, what am I doing? Oh, I dropped the rook, haven't I? He just had bishop takes. Oh wow, I left the rook hanging, I've just noticed it. Right, let's trade the rooks. He'll be so annoyed with himself there for missing that. Now, if I take, he's still got queen down, threatening back rank mate. Is there a puzzle rush there? Take with a bishop, you're threatening check there. Let's go with a bishop. The queen can't actually get right back though, can it? It can go there, or the bishop can go there. Let's throw in a check first. Excellent. Excellent finish. Excellent. That's a nice puzzle rush. He's very unlucky there. He played a really good game. Right, 39 minutes left. Right, another game already. Whoa, I'm going to open with a knight this time. Might be easy to castle queen side. So let's bring the other knight up. Okay. Pawn forward, give the knight somewhere to go. Whoa, that's very, very adventurous, isn't it? If I move the bishop, I can just immediately castle queen side. Now, I could try and smash up the centre there, even if I sack a pawn to do it. I think that's a bit adventurous though. But I've prepared castling queen side, so that's possible now. If I pawn up and a knight check would be lovely there. Can I get that done? Well, I can't go that way, but I can play this pawn up. Try and bring the knight in here. Okay, so he's allowed the knight in, so I'm now threatening a knight check. Okay, so I can play a bishop up, hit his bishop. Let's do that. If he takes it, I'll put the knight check in first. He doesn't. Right, queen down and try and get the bishop onto this diagonal. I could even play the knight over this way. Wow, so he's played forward, but I can actually ignore that. Bishop to hit the queen, and then the idea to play check next move. Right, so now throw the check in. Take with a bishop if he takes, hit the rook. So he can't castle that side now. Now, I've got knight in there or there. Actually, where can the rook go? Doesn't that trap the rook? Yeah, he's got no squares for it, so I'll take the rook. So now I'm going to try and break this side open. Oh, I haven't castled yet, have I? What am I doing? I'd forgot I hadn't castled there yet. Okay, so take. Knight bishop on the diagonal, try and get rid of that dangerous bishop. Right, that pawn's under attack and so is the bishop, so I'll drop the bishop back. Yeah, he's got chances here, hasn't he? He's got chances, good chances. I don't want to take there. This is awkward. I'm going to risk this. I'm going to try and get the queen up and try and come here. Like say rook across, queen over. I've got to trust that I'm not getting mated instantly. Try and get counterplay. Very double-edged, very double-edged. He's got this lovely pawn that can come forward any time. If I advance, obviously queen in a mate. Very, very double-edged. Right, he goes back, so I've got queen up, hit the bishop, or I can go this side. If I hit the bishop, queen defends. It's hard to dislodge, isn't it? Hard to dislodge. If I go this side, I think I'm going to go this side and try and pick up the pawn with a check. Ah, well, I can do that now anyway. Right, let's just win the pawn. Right, that's a good move. So obviously got to try and get the bishop back into play. And now I've got to hope and pray that I'm not getting smashed to pieces. So rook across. Oh, has he just abandoned the pawn? He's going for a trade. I think that's good for me, but try and get the rook off. So hit the bishop. Now if he allows me to get a check in, his king has to go backwards because he can't come forward due to my bishop here. So depending on where his bishop goes, it could get awkward. And of course I need to try and run a pawn up the board. So I've got to play check. Now hold on, I can check there. He has to go there. Yeah, throw a pawn up the board so I'm not getting back ranked. Now, can I get away with this? I want the rook there. I'm going to risk this. I'm going to try and play a check and hope he has to go across and then it's mate. If he doesn't see it, if he goes after my king. He might not see it. I think he will, but there's a risk he might not. Yeah, like if he grabs the pawn, I think bishop check wins. He has to move over and it's checkmate. Excellent, excellent. He just didn't see it. Very unlucky, very unfortunate. Right, back to the tournament. Right, I'm up to 15 points now. The leaders are on 43, yeah. All full of title players at the top now. Now, all you have to do is move the knight there and you can castle. So pawn up so I can put the knight behind it, because I want to move this pawn at some point to release the bishop. Right, that's not an immediate threat, so I'll just get castled. Right, now I'll worry about getting forward, like maybe pawn up, pawn up. Okay, I think I'll advance there. Right, so he's really trying to open it up early, so let's play the knight up. If he takes, I'll probably take with a pawn. If he advances, I'll drop the knight across here. This is the bigger threat, of course, to open the f-file up. But this is getting already close to a relatively normal position, isn't it? Relatively normal. Knight over here could be a nuisance, so maybe getting a check in. Yeah. With that knight being there, knight over here is playable, knight to there. I must remember we have increments as well. I don't have to play quite as quick as I'm doing. I'm not exactly playing lightning fast, but I've got to remember I've got increments, I can use my time a little bit more wisely. Right, now how do I challenge that knight? I think just knight over. I don't mind if he goes after this bishop, I don't really mind that. Okay, so I'm going to challenge that knight, so he either takes or I'll take him. He goes back. I can't go there because I give him check here. Right, knight back, hit the knight with the bishop. Okay. Do I want to trade there? I'm not sure I do. Actually, my bishop's not doing out though, is it? So I might as well try and get rid of his defensive bishop. Right, now I'm going to try and get my bishop into the game. Maybe even throw in f4. f4 might be playable here. Again, do I want to sack a rook for bishop just to make it interesting? It's maybe a bit dubious, isn't it? Let's bring the knight up. Now these squares are covered. Okay, he comes forward. Again, I've got the option to sack the rook for bishop, but I just think it's a bit dubious, so I'll take with the knight. Right, I'm wondering whether I can line up sacrificing here. If I can get 2 pawns for the knight, I'll do it. Or, if I get knight here and sack there instead. So he's offering a trade of queens. I don't want that. He can grab a pawn, but then I can obviously come behind. Okay, so push the pawn. Right, rook to defend. I'm going to try and get knight forward and see if it's possible to sack here. Okay, let's challenge that. So a knight over. If he takes, I'll take with a pawn, so I'll pre-move that. Oh, he doesn't, but he lets me take him then. So I'll grab the pawn, threaten a check. Ideally, of course, I want the queen in first. If I get the queen in, he's got to give up material. He's allowed that, so... Right, queen in threatens checkmate. He's really got to push the pawn to stop that, but then I can just take this. That should be game over. He's just unlucky that he's missed that. Should be game over, but they're never really over until they're actually over, of course, at the level I play at. I don't think he's got a good defence, so he might have. He might be able to get away with giving up a rook for knight. Or rook and pawns for knight. He might get away with it, you never know. Right, so he's found that move, so I think I've got to take the pawns first. It'd be silly not to take at least one pawn. Now I can take with a pawn or knight. Knight threatens mate, he's got to take. I could take king up. No, let's just keep it simple. He's really got to take there. He's got to take. Okay, so that loses a rook at least. Check, king has to come up. Isn't that checkmate? He can't block it. Yeah. Right, I'm just gonna quickly pause there, just have a pop up to the bathroom, so I won't be a minute or two. Right, back to the tournament. Right, he's going into berserk mode as well. So knight up. Pawn up, I think. Right, let's bring the knight in the middle. I could just take the king there and keep it queen side. Take the rook and go king side. Let's just take with the king and keep it this side. He's gone the other side, so I'll go forward. Now, how do I open his position up? Knight looks a very natural square, doesn't it? Looks very natural. Now it puts pressure on these ideas. Now, I don't mind if he takes there. I don't think I can take here yet. G4, pawn takes. G4, pawn takes, pawn push. Okay, so he's really forcing me to take there now, so I think I've got to take there. I'm just going to try and open this up. Right, what's a good square for the queen? I'm not sure. He's got knight in, and maybe queen up. Yeah, let's put the queen forward anyway. Right, rook across. Well, bishop up. Now, can I advance there? Knight takes, pawn up, just try and sack as much as I can to open the files up. Just play a bishop up. It does tempt his knight forward. Okay, so rook across. I might need to play this before he puts his knight there. Okay, so he's just going to blast through. So I think I've got to take there. Now let's take that as well. Oh, he takes. So I definitely can't take the bishop, that would be silly, but he has got maybe discovered check. Right, so I've got to play the knight back. Right, he's looking at bishop takes, I think, there. Cross. I think rook over and drop the king back behind is playable. I'll definitely pin that bishop. Queen over and he gets rook across. Yeah, I can't play the... Well, if I got knight up, it doesn't work, does it? Knight up, pawn takes... No, it doesn't quite work. So he's hitting the queen. Excellent, excellent. Wow. That's what can happen when you go into berserk mode. Clearly he was a stronger player than I was. If he hadn't have done berserk mode, he would have found a way to win the game. But delighted with that one. Actually, that's not bad, is it? I'm 73rd out of 761. That's not bad going when you look at how strong the field is. I mean, I was way down the ranking at the start, wasn't I? I was like, I can't remember what it was now, 200 or something. Can't remember what it was. No. The king is right over here, so it's going to be likely queenside castling this game. Probably going to have to play these pawns forward. Well, let's play a pawn forward. Right. Like another pawn forward. Bishop up, maybe. Oh, he's opening it up. Okay. Let's bring the queen up. I need to move this rook before I can castle queenside. It's on the wrong square. Now if I take there, am I getting trapped? I think I can take. If rook across, I think I can take there. Now, if I go forward, he's certain to advance. Close it down. If I take, he gets his bishop active. Let's bring the bishop up. Now, I could maybe move the rook across. I don't want to, but I want to try and get lined up to castle. Right, now it's getting dangerous. The queen could get trapped now. So let's drop the queen right back. So I think I can go here and drop back this way. Obviously he could try the same thing, grabbing a pawn. He's done that, so... Right, I'm actually going to potentially line up just castling on the king's side, which is the other side of the board. I suspect my opponent's going to do the same thing. Okay, so he comes forward, so I think I've got to come across. Again, he might still be getting my queen into a lot of difficulty here. Could still be in a bit of a pickle. I mean, is queenside castling playable? It looks it. Yeah, if I get a chance, I'm just going to castle queenside. So if I go forward, rook up isn't playable. Oh, I can't go forward, he's got a knight there. Wow, it might be trapped. It might be trapped. Obviously I can do knight takes. Can't go there because of his bishop, so I think I've got to take. And it might still be trapped. I can actually hit the rook, pawn down. Then I've got bishop up though. I think I've got bishop up now. Wow, very tricky, isn't it? Completely busted. Right, now I'm actually threatening a check of my own to hit the king and the queen. It's easy to miss these things. Not saying he will miss it, but it is easy to do. In fact, that's checkmate as it currently stands now. The king can't move. So he's covered that. So if you take his knight takes, I'm going to go and do the castling. Get it out of the way. Oh, I've dropped the knight. I've dropped the knight, I've just realised. Drop the knight. Typical. Okay, let's go forward. Again, he's obviously a strong player, isn't he, at 2052. Yeah, he's a 2300 level player in Blitz, so he plays that level above me. Right, let's drop back. If I can, I'll push the pawn there, and then even try and get a second square. Yeah, if he takes, my bishop is trapped, so I'm going to have to take. Oh, and of course he traps the queen. Well done. Well done, interesting game, but well played. Yeah, look at all them at the top. What a strong, strong tournament this is. Pages of title players, wow. Yeah, there's the 6 GMs, and they're all in the top 10, and I'm not surprised at all. And there's only 12 minutes left, maybe a couple more games, unless they're over very quickly. That's amazing, these records, isn't it? Only 3 defeats out of all that. Because those GMs will be playing against the other elite players. Right, this is the king's side. Let's go with e4 again. Another player going berserk, so... Okay. Let's just try and go relatively solid. Castle if we can. I mean, even though he's going quickly, he doesn't have to go literally crazy. Some players do, but... Okay, I'm going to take that. Oh! He's done a mouse slip. That must be a mouse slip. That's a bit unfortunate. Now, he might actually take there. Should I make it interesting? 2 pieces for the queen. Because I've actually got the extra piece, haven't I? So if I castle, he can take here. So I think knight up. I've actually got 3 pieces for the queen, which is why I've done that. So pawn up. He's castled, so I'm going to castle. Let's just drop the bishop back. Yeah, this is quite tricky, isn't it? I can play a knight here. Yeah, so bishop covers the knight, rook covers the rook. So let's get his rook off. He's playing very well. He is playing very, very well. I want to play the knight forward, but I might be getting it just lost. But I don't see a good way to play it back. I could maybe go here. I don't see a good way to drop it back, so I'm going to go forward. Yes. Let's go forward here. Right here. Oh, and I've dropped a piece. I've blundered the piece, and now the advantage is completely gone. Wow. So I've got to throw in a check. Okay, so take. How on earth have I got into this messy position? It's a terrible position. Terrible. Right, so at least the rook protects the bishop. So let's hit that bishop. So throw in a check. Grab the pawn. So he's hitting the rook. Oh, if I do rook across, he's got a check, hasn't he? Very good move. Rook across. So I've got to go there. Okay, so knight down. This is obviously the threat. Rook up isn't playable. Yes, I'm just lost, aren't I? Lost, lost, lost. King up, he just takes, completely busted. I don't see any defence whatsoever. Nope, there isn't one. Well done. Well done. That's a miracle he's pulled off there. Right, 7 minutes left. What am I doing? I've had a decent tournament so far. It's not been too bad. 47% win rate. Right, this is the king's side, but the king's here. So there's a lot to move to get castled. Okay, I'm going to bring a knight out again. Pawn up. Right, pawn up, just to guard this square. This square is already covered. Now again, I've got one of them nuisance moves. I could give up bishop and knight for rook and pawn. Don't think it's worth it. Let's play the bishop right up. I might just give up the bishop for knight to double some of his pawns up. Right, I'm going to do that. Knight up hitting the pawn. Now I just need to get the queen up and I can castle king's side. Right, so he's moved his queen. So he's actually tempting me to take there, and then he can take the piece. I don't have anything in response, so I'm just going to play queen up. At least I can castle either side here. It might actually be worth even being sensible and not castling at all. Maybe knight across. Actually, maybe even bishop here. Try and trade off that dangerous bishop is potentially an idea. Okay, knight over. So he's still tempting me to take, so I'm going to play the bishop up, see if he trades the bishops. He might play pawn forward instead, excuse me. Right, now I'll put the bishop back on G7. Queen up. It's probably best not to castle either side here, I think. Let's play the knight over. I mean, to be fair, we're both in the same position. I haven't started attacking his king yet, but it's coming shortly. Right, so let's get forward now. I think I'm probably going to go this side. There's a pawn up, he can take. Yeah, I'm just going to get castle, but I'm going to go this side. My opponent does the same. There's a pawn up. Helps to bring the knight across at some point. Right, there's 3 minutes 40 of the arena left. It should be enough for this game to finish. We'd have to both get right down to increments at the very end for it not to. Right, so I could waste a move there. Knight up, hit the pawn. Actually, can I just grab a pawn, or is he trying to trap my bishop? Take the pawn up, and my bishop is just dead, isn't it? So that's not worth doing. Let's go forward here, just help guard this. Right, knight across. Okay, so he's gone for it anyway. So I'll take that. Oh, I've blundered the rook, I didn't see that. Not to worry. I think rook back here. So he takes. Now which pawn do I go with? I think it's got to be that one. Okay. Now can I go forward? I'm just going to go one square, I think. Ah, it might be worth taking with the pawn there. Now I'm going to take with a queen. Right, so rook up, and there's an obvious immediate threat to pin the queen. So he will see that, of course, so he's intending to play this. So rook over, I do want to trade a set of rooks. I don't think I do. I think I'll push the pawn. Okay. I'll push this one. Right, so he offers a queen trade. Now, he's got a queen check threat there. I'm going to keep it on the board for now. Might be a big mistake, you never know. Right, so rook back in to pressure this pawn. Okay. Can't I just play a bishop here? I don't know. Maybe just queen up first, trying to take the pawn. Let's bishop up. I'll just have to use my bishop as a makeshift pawn if he takes. Ah, the arena's going to end, isn't it? Does the game go on or does it just actually end? I'm not sure, there's only like 2 seconds left. Ah, the game goes on, so we can play it out, okay. And clearly I'm busted. Not really any practical chances here now. Let's push a pawn. Okay, so he's actually threatening to go here. And I think that's good enough, isn't it? Yeah, queen across, he can check here, king up. I don't think I'm surviving this, I think it's just about resignable now. Check and I have to go up. But there's got to be a checkmate somewhere here, hasn't there? There's got to be. Right, rook across. Now that's probably the move I can't stop. Ah yeah, he just does rook check, doesn't he? King down, then he pins the queen. It's probably going to be winning for him cleanly, I would think. He can probably afford to just trade off. Even if I take his, he can probably afford it. Obviously I can take, trade the queens, but then I'm a rook down. Doesn't work, does it? No, it doesn't work because he's got increments, hasn't he? So I'll just give him that. There's no point playing on. Well done. So that's the end of the tournament. Oh, that's not bad. I've come 95th out of 786. So that's not bad going. 47% win rate, so do a quick count. 19 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 losses and 1 draw. That's not bad going. Not bad at all. So thank you to anybody who's watched this stream. That will be the end of this stream now with the end of this tournament. But thank you very much.